Finally, we are done with the installation of Java on Windows and we are all set to run our first Java program in Windows. Hello everyone, I am Gyan and you are watching the first session of Java and Web installation and first program. To write first program in Java, we required following three things. First one is an editor software. Although you can use Notepad provided by Windows or any other editor, but I prefer Notepad++. Second one, a Java compiler. This is javac.exe in C drive program files Java JDK 1.8.0_65 bin. We already added this directory in the path. Then Java interpreter. This is java.exe in same directory. This interpreter is also known as Java Virtual Machine, or in short we can call it JVM. Before we proceed further, let us install Notepad++ on Windows. Go to Google. Type download Notepad++. Click on first link, right click here, open in new tab. If your Windows is 32-bit operating system, then you click on this installer. There are various types of packages, but installer is a direct exe file. So it will be better for you if you click here on installer. And if your operating system is 64-bit, then you click on this installer. My operating system is 64-bit, that's why I am clicking on installer 64-bit. It start downloading, already downloaded. Click here and run the wizard. Language to select is English. Okay. Next. I agree. Next. Install. Click on run Notepad++ because we want to run the Notepad++ just now. And our Notepad++ is running. Click on file, new file. Here we will write our first Java program. Now question is what to write here. Let's go to the presentation. We have to write this thing on our newly opened Notepad++. The file name will be first.java. What these things mean? Let us see it one by one. What this means. The first line written here is class first class, where class is the compulsory word and first class is the class name decided by programmers. Actually, the Java class file consists of various classes and you have to provide at least one class. Here we decided to provide the class with the name of first class. Then after, there are two curly brackets. Write other things in between these two curly brackets. Whatever you write in between these brackets will be part of the class named first class. Our next line is public static void main string to capital brackets args, and string args is enclosed between the two small brackets. This line is method definition. Name of the method is main. This line is compulsory, just memorize it for this moment. After that we have most important part of our Java program, at least for next two sessions. For next two sessions, you have to just write between these two curly brackets. Area between these two curly brackets is called body of the method named main. All the lines between these curly brackets should end with a semicolon. You can see here our line ending with a semicolon. In fact, this semicolon is line separator. Each line is called a statement. So this one is a statement in Java. So now onwards for next 2 sessions, you just memorize everything above this curly bracket and everything after this curly bracket. What you have to do is just write new things between these 2 curly brackets. Let us type our Java program in our newly opened Notepad++. Let us first save this Java program with the name of first.java. Save as. Click on Save as Type. Click here. Click on Java and type here first. Click on Save. Now this file is considered as Java file. Write class first class. Now we have to give 2 curly brackets. In between these 2 curly brackets, write public static void main, 2 small brackets. And if you remember, in between these 2 small brackets, we have to write capital S string. Remember that we must have to use capital S in the word string. Then after 2 capital brackets, then after 2 square brackets, opening and closing, and write args. Press enter and then again give 2 curly braces. Now, as I already told you, for next 2 sessions you have to concentrate only between these 2 braces. Whatever written above this brace and whatever written after this curly bracket, you just have to remember. So write here system. Remember that to write capital S in system. System dot out dot println and give 2 small brackets. In between these 2 small brackets, write opening and closing double quotes. And in between these double quotes, whatever you write will get printed on the screen. So write my first Java program. Save it as Ctrl S. We saved it to the desktop. Let me save it to desktop. I want to save it to desktop. Save. Click on save. And we already have a file with same name. So I want to replace that file. Yes. I saved my first.java on the desktop. Now I have to run it. Open CMD. Since our file is on desktop, you can see it here. First.java is on desktop. Since our file is on the desktop, we need to change our current directory to desktop. cd desktop. Now, what to do? Let's see in our next presentation. So this system.out.println prints my first Java program on screen with a new line. To run a Java program, we first have to compile it, and for that we need Java C. Java C is the Java compiler. We need to pass our file first.java in the Java compiler. We are passing file name first.java to the Java compiler. Then after, this compiler takes first.java as an input and create first class.class as an output. If you remember, our class name was first class. That's why first class.class file has been created by Java C. So let us do this thing. We are on the desktop. Type Java C first.java. Hit enter. As you can see, first class.class file has been created because name of the class was first class. Let's see what to do next. So creates a class file with given class name, and then after we need this Java command. This Java command is the JVM or interpreter. This Java command interprets first class.class. Write Java space first class. You do not have to write first class.class. You just write Java space class name. That's it. Don't give its extension. We are passing the class name of first class.class to JVM. When we pass class name to the JVM, it executes and shows output. Actually, JVM interprets the class file and shows the output on the screen. Let's do this in our program. We are here. Java space, just pass class name first class. Erase dot class. You have to pass just class name. Java space first class. Enter. It executes and prints my first Java program. Then after you can see a new line has been appended because you are using system.out.println to print it, and system.out.println appends a new line after whatever it prints. Let's go to the presentation again. It is a good practice to have file name and class name same. We didn't use it. We had file name and class name different. But it is the good practice to have file name and class name same. Why? We will see later. It is a good programming practice to write the class name with capital letter and then continue with small letters. And the word should be noun. Although we can write a class with the class name ABCD, or we can write a class with the class name only a small a, but it's not a good programming practice. Please follow this. Please follow these rules. If the class name is multi-word, then each word should be noun and should be start with capital letter followed by small letters, like we did in our example. We have written first class. In the first class, F was capital and C was capital. Let's revise this. Write code in the notepad, save it as first.java, pass this file to the Java compiler and Java C. Compiler generates bytecode as first class.class. Pass this bytecode to Java virtual machine, can be launched by command Java, also known as Java interpreter. Virtual machine interpret the bytecode and shows output. We will visualize this concept how JVM works with animation in later video. Let's change our program little bit, and instead of writing system.out.println, let's just write system.out.print and see what is happening. Go to the program and click here. Erase this L and N. Now we have system.out.print. If you change anything in your Java file, you must have to recompile it to create a new class file according to your change. Clear the screen. Java C first.java. Click enter. Everything fine. Then Java first class. Click enter. If you noticed, there is no new line after my first program Java. So this is the difference between system.out.println and system.out.print. Let us see what is Java virtual machine in short. With a C or C++ program, we execute an executable file as process. Have we seen it? We have just created gyan.exe and run it as a process. But with Java, we do not have executables. We have .class file, which we have to pass to the JVM. And this class file is called bytecode. The first class that file got generated is called the bytecode. So in Java, we do not have executable. Instead, we have bytecode. JVM gets executed as process and interpret our bytecode. Here you know that jvm.exe is the executable and only executable can be a process. So when you write Java space first class, actually Java is the executable. So Java becomes the process and that Java process interprets the first class file. And that Java process is also called Java Virtual Machine and JVM, which used to interpret the class file. JVM and bytecode together make Java superior than rest of the programming languages in many respects. We will see in later videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.